We're thrilled to have you back on our channel. Today, we're delving into a topic that holds a significant place in our spiritual journeys: obedience. It's a concept that teaches us about submission, faith, and trust in a higher purpose. We've curated a list of the top 5 Bible verses that shed light on the importance of obedience and the blessings it brings. So, grab your favorite notebook and let's dive into these inspiring verses together. Our first verse comes from the book of 1 Samuel. In 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22, we learn that to obey is better than sacrifice. This verse speaks to the heart of obedience. The idea that following God's commands is of greater value than any external offering. It reminds us that our actions and intentions matter greatly in our journey of faith. Moving forward, let's explore the New Testament with John chapter 14 verse 15, where Jesus himself says, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." This verse beautifully intertwines love and obedience. It tells us that obeying God's commands is an expression of our love for Him, strengthening our connection with the divine. Now, let's turn to the book of Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy chapter 28 verses 1 to 2, we're promised blessings for obedience. "And if you faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God, being careful to do all His commandments, all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you." This verse emphasizes the rewards that come from faithfully following God's guidance. Verse 4, Romans chapter 5 verse 19. Our fourth verse takes us to the book of Romans. Romans chapter 5 verse 19 highlights the concept of obedience through the example of Adam and Christ. "For as by the one man's disobedience the many were made sinners, so by the one man's obedience the many will be made righteous." This verse contrasts the consequences of disobedience with the blessings of obedience, showing us the transformative power of submission. Verse 5, Hebrews chapter 5 verse 8-9. Lastly, we delve into the book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 5 verses 8-9 reveals that even Jesus, the Son of God, learned obedience through suffering. And being made perfect, He became the source of eternal salvation to all who obey Him. This verse reminds us that obedience is a path to growth and eternal salvation. There you have it, our top 5 Bible verses about obedience. These verses showcase the significance of submitting to God's will, not as a burden, but as a path to love, blessings, and transformation. Obedience calls us to align our actions with our faith, fostering a deeper relationship with our Creator. We hope you found these verses as inspiring as we did. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. God bless.